They just sent the United Nations OIM people over here to the hotel that we are at to harass us, to tell us that we are not allowed to record in the City of Knowledge. This has been because we have been exposing their crimes and we have been exposing who they are. They just sent a private security car. Everybody knows, everybody has our picture, he just told me, of inside of that little compound, globalist compound. They have the picture of Ben, they have the picture of myself. The security guard just came in. He addressed me really respectful. I told him that is a public place. You cannot tell me not to record. You don't want me to use that camera? I will not use that camera. I will use my phone. I can go over there and walk. You cannot prohibit me from walking over there. He said, no. I'm just wondering if you're going over there to record. So basically, they're coming to our hotel,
yes,
where we are located, to see what we are doing. They're policing journalists. The United Nations is policing journalists. This tells you, Ben, that we just hit a gigantic nerve on these people, that they just sent a security guard. And he said, oh, I was just driving by and I saw you. I'm like, what are the what are the odds?
So I did a report with Wayne Allen Root last night from over there. I walked over there last night and I did it from the UNHCR. And one of the security guards came up and asked me who I was. I showed him my ID. And so obviously they passed that word on. Amazing. So we're going to walk back through there. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to walk through and show you every single one of the United Nations buildings. I'm going to walk up and down the sidewalks, the public sidewalks that they can't keep us out of.
They can't keep us out of.
We're not going in the building.
No.
But wait till you see this, guys. This is United Nations. United Nations, like you said, trying to police other countries. They're in a foreign country and they're trying to police the people here in Panama.
Police journalists.
Police journalists, international journalists, but they're also trying to take over. They're trying to become the sovereigns of every nation they're in, whether that's the United States or Panama. That's why Panama has to fight back. That's why God bless President Bukele in El Salvador for calling them out. Every single country has to fight back against these guys or else they're going to take over your country. Let's go. So we're heading into the so-called City of Knowledge, the former Fort Clayton Army base that's been converted into a United Nations hub, hive, trafficking corridor, whatever you want to call it, that we were told we can't film in. So we just want to count the number of buildings in here that are United Nations owned or affiliated. There's one. We were here, we broke this story. We came down here through the Darien, Oscar and myself, and we were down here with Michael Yon and Matt Tomlin. We broke this story about this base being converted into a United Nations NGO hub. And Laura Loomer just came down here a few weeks ago with Oscar, or last week with Oscar, and did some reporting. Now we're gonna do kind of a more in-depth story since they told us that we couldn't be here. We're just gonna show a little more. Here's one more. So we have one so far. Here's two. Hola, buenas. Oh no, it's okay. Public? Okay, sí.
La calle sí estamos.
Okay, so he said no filming the...
No filming the buildings. They already cleared they already received this.
So wait a second.
We can record the streets.
We can record the streets, but not the buildings. Well, that's not going to happen. They've already... So the word has been passed that we are here, and United Nations... Here's a third one. The United Nations does not want us here.
We can record
ourselves and the streets.
Yeah, but we cannot record the buildings. So
that's United Nations, and specifically from the United Nations. That was United Nations security. Apparently, freedom of the press is not allowed in United Nations world.
Clearly, we made somebody uncomfortable. I'm recording how they live like kings and queens. Meanwhile, migrants are dying in the Darien Gap. They're living on feces in migrant camps like Lajas Blancas and Bajo Chiquito. And they're living like kings and queens in their automobiles, air conditioning offices, and I don't see no tents right here, Ben.
Yeah, weird. Isn't it weird?
No tents, no migrants. I don't know if there's a different type of class migrant over here. Is there, middle class upper class migrant? But I don't see nothing. We see.
Here's another one. UNDRR. I mean, it's not just an organization. It's its own ecosystem. It's its own economy, United Nations, and funded. We're the largest funders of it. Yes, here's one of the worst.
They went up.
OIM, one of the worst. This is where we started it.
Look at their cars. They're really
plush, lavish.
Look how beautiful their cars is, man. 3-story building.
3-story,
You know,
awesome,
nice floor.
beautiful building.
Security.
OIM.
Security's on the left side. That right there is the demon. You guys, it's your fault. Nobody else's. Just for you to understand, it is your fault. I know you're looking, but it's your fault. It is your global compact of migration that has ruined, humanitarian life and migrant life. Stop living out of human misery. It is your fault. Nobody else. I know you're looking. You're at fault.
So not only are they incentivizing, they're working with the cartels, they're profiting off the invasion of America and Europe and the world. They're not doing anything to hold the dictators accountable. People like Maduro in Venezuela or in Cuba, Castro's in Cuba. They're not doing anything to stop the reason why people are leaving. If the United Nations wanted to have an impact, a positive impact in the world, they would actually be going to those countries and saying, stop the humanitarian crisis in your country. But they're not doing anything about that. They don't care about that because they want the money. They want the money that this invasion of the world, this insurgency, as Sheriff Skinner calls it, they want the money that brings. Ah, here we go. And now look at you want to see a UN luxury building. Look at this. Look how massive this is. This whole thing is a United Nations building. Check this out. That whole thing. UN Ops. The brain behind the United Nations in Panama. And then the next one, UNICEF. United Nations UNICEF. It's all the same, guys. It's all the same. This used to be where the soldiers trained out here. This grassy area was where the Fort Clayton soldiers came out and they trained for years when America ran the Panama Canal. We gave it away, one of the dumbest things America's ever done.
El Soldiers Field. It says right there.
There it is, El Soldiers Field. That's the old picture.
This is the large courtyard formerly called Soldiers Field.
And now it's this entire place is controlled by globalists that hate America and hate the West. And they're mad that we're here. They said, we can't come and film in here on a former U.S. Army base.
Well, not even that. It's a public sidewalk.
Yeah.
You cannot police the people, UN. That's what you're trying to do. That's what you're doing to the borders of the United States with your global compact. You are the one in charge.
That sign,
the borders.
The road says Entre Todos. All united. It's almost like BLM. Look, they've painted the streets. All united. So, all united on the invasion of the world. How much more can we take of it?
Well, it's you when you go into the jungle 4 times and you see people suffer and die, and then you come to where they living. It's just stupid.
In luxury.
And you're promoting this to continue, but you're living on a luxury office with air conditioning and luxury vehicles, and you're still promoting it.
Yeah.
And you're saying that it's okay, and then you blame the government.
Yeah.
When you're the ones, look how you live. It's just so ridiculous how stupid it is.
Gated, they're walled, they're protected, private security.
Their automobiles are
brand new vehicles. Now, these buildings are also, these shorter buildings are also NGOs. We're gonna go this way though, first, and then we're gonna come back this way. UN, we'll count this as 11. Walking through they call this the city of knowledge. And all I can think is the biblical reference to the knowledge of good versus evil when they ate the fruit and were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. All of these buildings, all of these organizations, all of these globalist, communist, leftists pretend to be good, pretend to be humanitarians, when in reality, they are the vipers. They are snakes.
That's another one.
Yep. So we'll call this 12. We're coming up on the UNHCR. There we go. More of the Toyota Land Cruisers. Brand new Toyota Land Cruiser. That's one side here, the UNHCR. It's the other side here. Actually, the UNHCR, I think, has the most buildings in here. Here are 2 buildings right here, and they have another one on the other side. They invited us to do this by telling us we couldn't come in here while they're killing people in the jungle, while they're raping people in the jungle, while they're providing rape kits, literal rape kits. They're providing the condoms. The United Nations is providing the condoms that the cartel uses to rape the illegal migrants, and they're telling us we can't film. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. You could have a lot of illegals up on that and provide a lot of food and entertainment and respite on top of that.
Beautiful vehicle.
Brand new, all brand new. I wonder where that money's coming from. Here's another UNHCR, guys. This is where I was.
Number what? 13?
Number 13 of the buildings.
count,
Yes, the count. I think we're at number 13 of buildings in here controlled by the United Nations.
City of Knowledge.
City of Knowledge, formerly Fort Clayton. Here we go. Number 13.
Number 13, yeah.
Okay. We got to head back. There's more. Actually, the Clinton Foundation is a building right down there. I'll go show you that in just a little
14.
bit. That's 14. We're going to show you more. Stay in by, stay tuned. We got to get ready for our hit with Bannon. Talk to you guys soon. All right, so just finished the interview with Steve Bannon. Actually, just finished part of it. We're going to do the rest of it, but we wanted to walk down a couple of these other side streets while we're out here and just show you. I think we were at 13 buildings so far. There's
14 because the big one is 14.
Yep. Oh yeah, 14 there. We've got 15 here. OMU. And then this is the one I want to show you. So we got 15 United Nations. And lo and behold, out here in the City of Knowledge, what else do you have besides the United Nations? Yep. You've got the Clinton Foundation, the foundation that basically stole all of the money from Haiti and the Haitian disaster, earthquake, and the disasters that happened in Haiti. They stole all of the money. So now you have millions of Haitians fleeing Haiti. And not only do you have the United Nations in this former army base, you have the Clinton Foundation that stole the money from the Haitians that are now coming to America as well. These are the worst people in the world.
Look at this, man. It's just so ridiculous how these people live like kings and queens. People are suffering. The people from Haiti, if you ask people from Haiti about the Clintons, they completely grotesquely detest the Clintons. They know what they did inside of their country. And you have the first migration that started happening through the Darien Gap. You guys need to understand it was people from Haiti that started migrating through the disaster that happened. And instead of fixing that disaster in their country and providing jobs and economy, that money was heading to that, they created an exile. That's what Ben and I have continually said. You create a crisis, and then you're the only one that has the cure to fix the crisis.
Yeah, you're the virus and then you're the vaccine. That's all they are. Let me get a close up on this. So this continues. We're going to go back to the hotel, but this facility, we haven't even. Yep, we got this one here, so we're at 15, and the United Nations buildings continue around the block there and then down the block there. It's all taken over by leftist NGOs. That's the moral of the story. We don't even have to show you all of them, but they're massive, massive numbers here that need to be defunded and prosecuted.